Why do people join the flat earth movement? Is this mistrust against the scientific establishment, or is it something religious, or is just that people fancy a cult?
All of the above. So yeah. Oh, let's address the easy one, which is there a religious aspect to this? Yeah. At least 50% of the people in our membership in the Christian-based countries are on board with this. Mostly because they went straight to the Bible and went through it with a fine-tooth comb and said that, yeah, it's absolutely a flat earth book. In fact, there's only one verse in the entire King James Bible that even hints at it's a globe, which is Isaiah 40:22, which says, "He who sitteth upon the circle of the earth." Well, in the ancient Hebrew, circle is not globe or sphere or ball. It's just circle. You know, your dinner plate is circular. Your dining room table, unless it's a square, is probably circular. Um, but when it comes to the evidence, you know, what people mostly lean on is NASA. That's what they mostly lean, you know, when they go against flat earth, they say, well, it's obvious we have the pictures, you know, from NASA. It's like they'd never lie to us. Like, oh, the government would never lie to you and science would never lie to you. I'm not saying that science isn't a bad thing. I like science. We're talking on the fruits of science right now, you know, the technology that we have built. But science is made up of men, and men are corruptible like, you know, in any profession. I don't care what it is. Look, there are conspiracies in business, in politics, in sports, and entertainment, and yes, even journalism and science. It's just, you know, can science be trusted? Sure. Does science sometimes take the money and, you know, bend the rules a little? Yeah, they do. I mean, especially with products. You know, up here in the United States, for example, science has taken the money, especially when you have quarterly profits that need to be met, you know. I mean, look at the things going back in the day. Lead paint. That was a terrible, you know, mismanagement of funds there. Lead gasoline, DDT, which was used to kill mosquitoes, all the variations of DDT. Oh, I don't know, asbestos. Great product, by the way. Asbestos is a fantastic product, unless you work in the factories, and then it's not so great. And I don't know how many scientists took the money and told everybody in the United States that smoking was totally fine. Absolutely fine for you. In fact, most people don't know that the only reason we even had the lawsuits, you know, the big why we don't advertise cigarettes on TV and radio anymore, is because it wasn't because of the cancer rates. It was because the health insurance companies didn't want to pay for all the medical treatment. So it was the massive health insurance company against big tobacco. That was the only reason that thing even happened. It goes on and on and on. So can science be trusted? Yes. Is science infallible? No. No. They make mistakes, and what has always bothered me about science is that they never apologize. It's like one of my favorite quotes, and maybe I'll dump it in the chat for you, is from Neil deGrasse Tyson, which he said, hang on 1 second. Yeah, there it is. He goes, science is true whether or not you believe in it. One of the most arrogant things I have ever heard. Which is like, if we say it's true, it's true. And it's like, yeah, but that's not how it goes. I go, science is wrong all the time about all sorts of stuff. So my quote is, science is only true until the day that it's not. And I know I'm rambling, but let me get one more point out, which is, if you know physics at all, one of the famous guys in physics is, I think he was British, Lord William Kelvin. You know, so absolute temperatures are named after his name. His name is used every single day in every university you could think of, right? Absolute zero, you know, Kelvin, right? Degrees in Kelvin. Well, he's one of the fathers of thermodynamics. He's also known for something else very famous. You know what he's famous for? He's famous for saying that planes would never work. Ever. And he had no faith in the Aeronautics Society. It's not like he was saying this back way before there were planes. They were building planes. That's why he was making the quote. It's like, nah, that thing's never going to work. You know, it's never going to fly. It's never going to take off. And sure enough, before he died, you know, he was absolutely 100% wrong. You know, and this was one of the guys, one of the go-to guys. So, sorry. Again, science, love it, but don't ever think that the general public, sorry, one last thing. The general public, if you are wearing a lab coat and you have a clipboard, you instantly have credibility, which is why I made a video called The Code of Credibility. That's all you need, which is why Bill Nye, you know who that guy is? Bill Nye? You ever heard that name? Guy here in the States, nope. He was an actor. He got his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, gave it up immediately for acting, was a comedian troupe up on the West Coast, and Disney, he did a little show called Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Disney picked it up, syndicated it, and so the reruns were out there, and because people grew up watching that show, they immediately thought, oh, well, he's an accredited scientist. He's on the news constantly, talking about the Mars rover and genetic manipulations and quantum physics. And it's like, dude, you don't even have your master's degree. What the hell are you doing up there? It's because, as producers have told me, it's like he looks the part. He looks like a geeky science guy. That is his only credentials. And he's like the fourth most popular media scientist in the world. Sorry, I get worked up.